Hey guys, this is Devil's Vengeance bringing you my very first nuke. This was a while ago. We just built my buddy a base over here near the Pickett's Fort, and I figured I'd drop a nuke right in front of it, get a nice view. I just soloed the silo, so I was really like I didn't have enough ammo. So ammo is always an issue in this game for me. So we dropped a nuke right in front of his house at that space station there, and yeah, just enjoy the view, and I'll talk about what happens in a minute. Ten seconds. How cool is that? So I dropped a nuke there. This was my first nuke. Like I said, I was running low on ammo because I just soloed the silo. And if you haven't been into the silo yet, you'll figure it out that it's a big resource cost. I'm chewing through ammo like crazy, and I recorded the entire solo experience if you guys are interested in me posting that and talking about what was going on, because I went in kind of blind. It's like a 4 parts 15-minute videos. I mean, it's a bit much. I can edit it down. That won't be a drama, but yeah, it was me just figuring stuff out, and I chewed through about 6,000 rounds in the silo trying to figure out what to do. So the nuke's dropped. Currently the perspective that you got right now is seriously Pink. She's better at recording stuff than I am, but at the moment behind her, I am currently just like hustling to get my gear topped up, trying to scavenge some kind of ammo for the nuke. Now, if you're going to launch your nuke, I wouldn't recommend launching it right here where we launched it, because it's a bit of a barren wasteland. There's not much stuff to get, but here we go. We're heading down to the nuke. I got my friend Pink Mozzie, Jay Bully, and this is obviously seriously Pink. Now, they're a bit low level. They just come in, so in the Fallout, and I've been playing with them, but I wanted to launch a nuke this week, so that's what I did. And I had found a level 1 prototype hazmat suit from one of the missions, and if you guys are interested in that, I could explain that more in detail. Just like I said, post down in a thing in the comment section whether you want me to talk about how to get the level 1 hazmat suit, so you can bring your buddies in. Now, this hazmat suit is really OP, because even though they're level 14 and level 16, they was both like able to get into the Fallout without even having to use any right-of-way. So it was really strong, this prototype hazmat suit. I'm glad I kept it. Only one can come in though. I think Pink Mozzie has it on right now, and we're heading in. Yeah, just enjoy the walk in. This is pretty epic for your first nuke. I'm kind of glad I did it there, but I'm kind of glad, wish I would done it somewhere else, because there just wasn't many enemies. See, Bully tried to get in, and he's starting to back up because the radiation's starting to kick in. He's like, that's too much. But Mozzie's charging straight in, man. Mozzie and Bully have been good friends of mine for a fair few years, actually, since I'd say 2014, 2015. Been playing with them on and off. I play with these guys quite often. And obviously I play with Pink all the time, because like, you know, she's my right hand girl. Always bringing her along, always watching her back, and she's always watching mine. Like, if there's been a fair few times I've been getting eaten and she'd come and save me, and vice versa, so it's kind of good. So we got some super mutants down here. I think we found a legendary super mutant straight away. Like I said, this is a bit of a barren area. Now I'm rocking an auto grenade launcher here, and it just shreds. Like, it just shreds. Mozzie's down. I think he's dead. He got a little bit bold. He don't give a crap though. He just see. I'm just murdering these things. The auto grenade launcher, with the right perks. There's a perk in intelligence that increases your explosive damage by like 100%. So you couple that with the one perk, I think it's in perception, and I could be wrong, but it increases your blast radius by double. So if you use that with the intelligence perk and this gun, it's pretty savage. You don't need the heavy gunner stuff because the heavy gunner perks and strength don't affect explosive heavy weapons. It only affects like the 50 cal and minigun and Gatling plasma and Gatling laser. So with the auto grenade launcher, it's just the intelligence perk and the other perk. So it's not too bad to rock, to be honest, because you can get a god tier weapon with bare minimum perks, like 8-point perks, and you can literally shred through just about everything in the game. However, the ammo is very, very costly. It costs 3 springs per ammo, and even with the ammo smith perk and the super duper and the luck, you're only getting 9, maybe 18 if you get that perk to proc. So you can build up a nice amount of ammo for it, but it's still pretty costly because, as you will find as you level up in this game, springs are way too dominant in the crafting. Like the power armor sets, I think the legs for the X01 takes like 55. Now I think there's perks to lower that if you repair it, but as far as the actual crafting cost, I don't think there's any perks that reduce the cost of crafting it. So building ammo for this gun and keeping up with everything else that you need as far as springs go, you'll make you a bit of a spring whore. Also with the 50 cal, which is also a gun I'm rocking, you'll turn you into a steel and lead whore. Basically, you're just become like the way I've built with the heavy gunner. You just become a resource hog. You can issue out the most damage out of everyone. You can do everything. You can just shred enemies in this game. But the cost to that is it's a huge constant grind to keep up that power. So I've started to build a new character because I just found myself constantly sucking all the resources dry, and yeah, I didn't find that was very fun. I felt like I was just constantly, farming and having these one moments just to level up, and that's fine if you're that kind of person who just wants to level up and just gather resources all the time and just make things easier. That's fine, but it started to suck the fun out for me a little bit. So I'm starting a new build, and I'm thinking about going with a pistol shotgun build, like a revolver cowboy type, gunslinger. I'm building a gunslinger build at the moment on my new character, just because of the lead, steel, and spring demand to be a heavy gunner. Now, as you can see, this nuke here hasn't been real eventful. We've had a couple of super mutants. There's not much fauna in this area. So even though this was my first nuke, this was basically baby steps nuke, just to get into the idea of like what a nuke's going to be like and more serious content. So I was unaware. I just wanted to drop it in front of Mozzie's house there that he built, to have a good view of the nuke. I felt like I'd earned it. I still had quite a bit of auto grenade launcher, so I could have done some more. I could have handled a little bit more than what we got here. But like I said, this is everyone's first nuke in my group. And once Mozzie and Bully get up to higher level, and I get my new character up to scratch, I reckon we'll be able to do some more stronger nuke areas. But I've had a few nukes since then. I dropped a nuke on the Scorched Beach Queen on the Prime site. I went into that way underprepared. I can post a video of that if you'd like. But I just wanted to see what the big bad of the game was like. That was I sort of felt like I'd do well because I read in she has roughly 33,000 health. All right, and I know I calculated it up that, you know, if I hit her with, you know, 15 mini nukes, that's 15,000 damage. So I figured I could at least take her down to half health by myself, and I had a little bit of hope, like, but I was pretty sure in my like heart of heart that I wouldn't be able to even hurt her, and that's what ended up happening. The Scorch Beast Queen just wrecked us. We didn't die, but we couldn't really do much to her. And it was pretty epic, but it was just a huge waste of time. But it was epic and it was fun. I killed like 7 or 8 Scorch Beasts that game. Level 80 Scorch Beast spawn, level 65s. I was just going off. But the problem with that is, like, because I was the only one kind of prepared for that kind of content, killing all those Scorch Beasts really drained me from dealing a lot of damage to the Scorch Beast Queen. Now, when we did it, like, see, it's just barren here. It's just barren. We just did laps around this, and you know, a few enemies spawned. There's a Scorch Crack that spawned a Scorch Beast later on, but nothing exciting. We just sort of enjoying the Fallout right now. It was I was a bit stressed too because, like I said, I did that silo by myself, so it was kind of good to not be overran, you know, really, because it's just me and my party here, and the other people on the server. That's another reason why I dropped it here instead of a higher level place. It's because everyone on the server was low level, and dropping it into some serious content where I'm the only one, me and Pink are the only ones able to do anything. Yeah, I wasn't too confident with my first nuke, so. We've since worked on that. When we was approaching the Scorch Beast Queen, we had a bit of a plan. Like, we built Pink's base into a absolute fortress, gave her heaps of turrets, you know, some protection. So when we was in the Fallout, we just dropped her house straight in there and have a base to operate. But the problem is that we found out is that the Scorch Beasts don't put up with no shit. And they pretty much destroyed her house. And then once what was left of the house, the Sultrons came. When we nuked the prime site, we had everything in the game thrown at us, and I mean everything. We had mole men show up, we had Sultrons show up, we had Scorch show up, we had Sloths show up, we had Mirelurks show up. I think there was even a Deathclaw. I think there was one Deathclaw. So like everything, like when we hit that prime site, we just got swarmed. So on top of killing all of those, on top of killing all of the Scorch Beast, I was also doing massive ad removal. I was getting insane XP, insane. Like I leveled up in my second nuke, they dropped it right outside the prime fissure. I'd leveled up like 5 times. You know, if you're a bit of a kill whore like I am, Pink's just shooting whatever right now. We found some ragstags and she's found some. I'm looking around for more serious stuff, but there's just not much here, which is sad because I was hoping for a little bit more loot and XP. But as you can see, Mozzie's still around in here. If we see him, that prototype suit he's wearing is really paying dividends. It's really creepy too in the Fallout. Like it's like the whole world has inside of it has like this ambience, like this personality. It looks like we dropped, like a nuke has landed here is what it looks like. But really, when you drop a nuke, none of the landscape changes. It just changes the air and becomes highly radioactive. She's in the excavator armor, which gives her extra 100 carry weight, and I'm in the X01. Yeah, we're going to take a picture here. This is our, first nuke. We figured we'd get us a good picture. There we go. Oh, we gotta do some funky camera angles to get a proper angle. I took a picture as well. It's a good screenshot for when in loading screens. I have some epic pictures that I took in front of scorch beasts that I've killed. Like, they've fallen really well, and when it loads on my loading screen, it becomes quite amazing. You have to forgive my bird that you're hearing in the background. That's Winnie. It's a cockatiel. I may have to move him out of the room while I'm doing recordings. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. I won't keep you here too long. There's just not much going on. It's basically us just messing around in the Fallout. So if you guys have, like I said, if you want to see any of the videos that we've recorded, we can really put the effort in and edit them down so they're not so lengthy. But thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, share, whatever you know you can do to help support this channel would be really appreciative. Thanks.